Going to give you a little movie review. I had the pleasure of seeing Jason Bourne. I absolutely love this franchise. When the trailer came out around Super Bowl, I was thrilled. I thought it looked phenomenal. I was not really expecting a fourth Bourne film starring Matt Damon, so I thought that was fantastic. And part of it was filmed in Vegas, which made me even more excited. What couldn't you love? I thought it was great that they got Paul Greengrass and Matt Damon back together. But in my review, you'll notice that they did not get Tony Gilroy back. And I think that sort of hurt the film. Let's just say it is a great action flick. Beginning to end, the action is phenomenal. There are some slow parts, but the action is phenomenal. I loved how they brought the franchise into the, I hate to say it, modern world, because it's only been a couple years, but the modern world, in that social media has become such a huge part of everyone's lives that they were able to incorporate that into the film. And what better way to spy on people than something that they're constantly using it on and they can monitor it. They mentioned Eric Snowden several times. These things did not occur, hadn't happened, or even gotten this popular by the time the Bourne Supremacy came out. So I thought that was great the way they were able to incorporate that. Unfortunately, I just don't think it had the gravitas of the original trilogy. I think Tony Gilroy is a huge part of the puzzle that's missing. He wrote actually the first four, including the Legacy with Jeremy Renner, and he directed that one as well. But he did not write this one, and it didn't look like he had anything to do with it. And you could tell. Unfortunately, I think he had such a grasp on who Jason Bourne was, and unfortunately we get to the self-titled one, and he's not involved. I thought the MacGuffin, the event that gets us going on our journey, just wasn't terribly strong. I thought in the Bourne Supremacy, the Bourne Supremacy, when Marie dies and Matt Damon, Jason Bourne is pulled back into the fold, brilliant. You just can't beat that. That's a phenomenal way to bring him back. I thought the third one was okay too. So he wanted to learn more about who he was and what he was, and as a reporter's writing on the undercover side of things, the clandestine side of things, and breaking news, and Jason Bourne wants to learn more, and of course he's killed. I thought that was okay. This one, I thought it was contrived, just too contrived. I thought they were trying to fit a square peg into a round hole, trying to make this one mesh with the other three. And at times I just thought it was a little too weak, and that way it kind of lost my interest a little bit. I thought Jason Bourne's handler, so to speak, Alicia Vikander, in this film was really good. She did a great job, and by that I mean she kind of took over the role of Joan Allen, who played Pamela Landy, in that she at times was helping Jason Bourne. Now by the end, unlike Pamela, we're not sure why or whose side she's really on or what her goal is. Actually, I think we got the idea what her goal is. So we're not exactly sure, but that's what's great about the ending. It leaves an opening for potential future movies. And I know I'm saying this one isn't the best of the series, but that doesn't mean I don't want to see more Jason Bourne. I think he's a phenomenal character, and I definitely would love to see more. I just would like to see maybe Tony Gilroy come back and write it. Tommy Lee Jones did great. He's a great villain, on par with Chris Cooper and Brian Cox, even David Staythorne, who was in the Ultimatum. It just, again, it's not that it was contrived. I don't think his character was all that deep. And the villain doesn't have to be that deep. Yeah, I think in this world nowadays we want our villains not so black and white. I think we want them somewhere in the middle. And I think with the first three, we saw that with Greed and Cover Up. And this one, I just don't think we did. To that end, I really do like Vincent Cassel. I think he's a great actor. I loved him in the Oceans 12 and 13. I thought he was pretty good in this as sort of a compliment assassin to Matt Damon. That's not to say they're on the same side of things, but as another assassin. And his reasoning for going after Matt Damon is sound. But again, I just don't think the character was all that well hashed out. And I just, at times, I know this sounds awful, but they're fighting, and all I could think in my head was, oh, I guess he's still angry that Matt Damon gave him fake diamonds in Ocean 13. It's like, I shouldn't be having those thoughts. I should be really focused on the movie. So that's kind of where I'm coming from, where there were moments where it wasn't amazing. And I think that's what I'm trying to say. If you're going in for an action flick, this is a 3.5 out of 5 Nerd Skull movie for you. Cool. If you're going in for the next entry in the Jason Bourne franchise and you want it to be amazing, I'm at 2.5 out of 5 Nerd Skulls. It was middle of the road. It kept me entertained for the whole time, but that was mainly because the action sequences are so good. As far as it being a Jason Bourne film, it was okay. It was all right. I would still put the original trilogy ahead of it. And to be honest, I haven't seen Legacy again since it was in theaters, so I'm a little hazy on it as far as remembering, but right now I'd kind of put that a little ahead of that one too. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Again, for a Jason Bourne flick, I'm going to give it 2.5 out of 5 Nerd Skulls, but let me know.